Hello. So today we are going to start the session of CAT 25 past year papers. And today's topic is going to be simple interest, compound interest, and we are going to solve a few questions from previous years and see what kind of questions we are going to get. We have gotten in the exams in the last few years. Now let's see. So let's start simple interest, compound interest. Okay, so I'm going to start with the first question. Now, what does this first question says? So basically, this is a question where it says that Gopal borrows X rupees from Ankit at 8% interest. He then adds Y rupees on his own money and lends X plus Y to Ishan at 10%. Fair enough. At the end of the year, after returning Ankit's dues, the net interest retained by Gopal is same as that accrued by Ankit. Okay. On the other hand, had Gopal lent X plus 2Y to Ishan at 10%, then the net interest retained by him would have increased by 150. Okay, fair enough. So basically, what I can see directly, I am going to look at this statement. He is lending X plus Y at 10%. Then he is getting some interest, right? What interest? I don't know, right? So if he is giving X plus Y, then his interest amount is 10% of X plus Y. I'm just going to try to write it in the mathematical term. Okay. When he's giving X plus Y, now how much interest he is generating? That is 10% of X plus Y plus 10% of Y. I'm trying to take it in a little different way. Like at this, the interest amount is this. At this, interest amount will be same. And at this, he is going to generate 10% of Y. Right. Now, what does this question says? If he is giving X plus 2Y to Shan at 10%, then his net interest rate retained by him would have increased by 150. It means this difference should be equal to 150. So I can say this is equal to 150. So 10% of Y is 150. So from here, I can directly conclude that Y is going to be 1500. I don't need to do any other calculation to calculate the value of Y. So from here, we have gotten the value of Y. That's 1500. Okay. Now let's start the question and let's read the question from the very start. What does it say? It says Gopal borrowed X rupees from Ankit at 8%. Okay. So how much interest Gopal is getting? How much interest Ankit is getting? So Ankit is getting 8% of X. So this is the interest retained by Ankit. Now, Gopal is giving this much interest rate and he is getting this much. That is equal to, I can say that is equal to 10% of X plus 10% of Y. So this is the interest, total interest received by Gopal. But out of this interest, Gopal is also returning 8% to Ankit. So how much actually retained by Gopal? So interest generated by Gopal is 2% of X plus 10% of Y. I can say it is equal to 150, right? Now, what is happening? This is interest of Gopal. Okay. Now, what does this question say is that at the end of the year, after returning Ankit's due, means we are talking about this interest. The net interest retained by Gopal is same as accrued to Ankit, means this value and this value should be equal. So we can say that 8% of X, that is equal to 2% of X plus 150. So from here, I can say that 6% of X is equal to 150. So X comes out to be 2500. So X is equal to 2500. Now, what is question is talking about? Question is talking about what is the value of X and Y. So Y is 150, X is 2500. So X plus Y comes out to be 4000. So answer of this question is going to be 4000. Now, let's move on to the next question. What does it says? So this is a CAT question from 2019. Now let's see. So basically, this question says that a person invested a total amount of 15 lakhs. Okay. A part of it was invested in a fixed deposit earning 6% annual interest, and remaining amount was invested in two other deposits in the ratio of 2:1. Okay. Earning annual interest rates of 4% and 3%. If the annual interest income is 76,000, then the amount interested in the fixed deposit was how much? Okay. So basically, he has 15 lakhs. Okay. 15,000, 1.5, 15 lakhs. Okay. Out of which he has other schemes. There he's investing 2:1. So basically he is investing X rupees and 2X rupees. So total here he is investing 3X. So in the fixed deposit, he is doing 15 lakh minus 3X. And we need to find out the value of 15 minus 3X. Okay, so this is actually 15 lakh minus 3X. Okay. What is the interest generated over here? That is going to be 3% of this. So 3% of X. What is the interest generated over here? That is 4%. So 4% of 2x comes out to be 8x upon 100. Okay. What is the interest generated on the fixed deposit? That is 15 lakhs minus 3x into, that is 6%, is 6 upon 100. And the total interest generated is this, and this interest is equal to 76,000. Okay, so I'm just multiplying 100 to this side. So it is, I'm going to get 15 into 6 is 90 lakhs minus 18x plus 8 plus 3, 11x. That is 76 lakhs. 6,000. Okay. So from here, I'm going to get 7x, and that comes out to be how much? 14 lakhs. This is okay. So x comes out to be 2 x comes out to be 2 lakhs. Means this is 2, this is 4. So 15 minus 3x comes out to be 9. The answer will not be 9. Answer is not this. This is 90,000, 9 lakhs. The answer is not this. Answer is simply 9, because the question is talking about the amount in lakh. So basically, this is 9 lakh. That's the wrong answer. The question is talking about how much in lakh. So that is going to be 9 only. Now, if I'm solving this question in the actual exam, what would I do? So what I'm going to do, if I'm very quick on calculation, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this amount as 1, then second amount is 2, then next amount is 12. I'm starting with the just hidden try. So here I'm going to get 3% of 1 lakh. So that is going to be 3,000. Here I'm going to get 4% of this. So that comes out to be 8,000, 2 lakhs. And here I'm going to get 6% of 12 lakhs. So 6% of 12 lakhs is going to be 72,000. Now let's see, my interest is already exceeding 76,000. So 1, 2 and 12 is not a possible value. So what if this value is 2? So this is 2 lakhs, 4 lakhs and 9 lakhs. So here it is going to be 6,000. Then here it is going to be, this is 16,000. Then it is going to be how much? 54,000. So the sum of these interests is equal to 76,000. So I am, this matches my description. So my answer of this question is going to be 9 lakhs. So I can take either this approach or I can take this approach. If I am writing the exam and I am getting this question in the exam, because I am very quick on calculation, then I am going to take this approach instead of taking this approach. Now, let's move on to the next question. What does it say? It says that Amla, Beena, and Gauri invest money in the ratio of 3:4:5. So Amla is investing 3 rupees, Beena is investing 2 rupees, Gauri is investing 5 rupees. Okay. Now, so basically, this is Amla, this is Bina, this is Gauri. 3 rupees, 4 rupees, and 5 rupees. Okay. And what is their interest rates? That is 6 rupees, 6%, 5%, or 4%. Okay. So what is the total interest amount? Interest is equal to principal into rate of interest. So that is going to be 18. What is interest over here? That is 20. What is interest over here? That is 20. So this we are getting. This is what investment. This is what interest rate. This is what interest amount. So if you want, you can assume some variables, for example, 3x, 4x, 5x, 6y, 5y, 4y. So eventually it won't make a difference anyhow. So now it says that Bina's interest exceeds Amla's by 250. So what is the difference? That is 2 rupees, right? Now this 2 is equal to 250, right? So I can say that 1 is equal to 125. Now, question is saying what is their total interest income? So their total interest income is, or interest amount, and this is interest amount, that is equal to how much? That is equal to 58, right? So if 1 is 125, then how much is 58? So that is going to be 58 into 125 or 125. So it comes out to be 7,250. So answer of this question is going to be 7,250. Okay. Now let's move on to next question. What does it says? This one. So Amal invest 12,000 at 8% compounded annually. So when we talk about 1 year, so in 1 year, in 1 year, if I'm talking about a simple interest or a compound interest, it never makes a difference. Simple interest is always equal to compound interest if I'm talking about 1 year and compounded annually. So Amal is investing 12,000 at 8%. So how much interest he must be getting? That is 8% of 12,000, right? So 8% of 12,000 is 960. That is 8 by 100 into 12,000. Okay. And 10,000 at 6% compound interest semi-annually. Okay. So the second amount is principal into 1 minus effective rate of interest is going to be 3% because he is getting 6% per annum. So in 6 months or semi-annually, he is going to get 2%, 3%. And how many 6 months we are going to have in a year? That is 2, right? Minus principal will give me the interest amount. Okay. So from here, it is going to be this. This is 10609. So this comes out to be 10609 minus 10,000. So this is 10,000. So that is going to be 960 plus 609. That is the total interest generated by Amal. That is 1569. Okay. So this is what I got, the total interest of Amal. So I have used all the information that is written in the first line. Now, what does it say is that Bimal invest his money at 7.5, simple interest for 1 year. If Amal and Bimal got the same amount of interest, then the amount in rupees invested by Bimal is how much? Okay, now it is going to be a little tricky one, right? So basically, Bimal is investing X rupees. Okay, what is the interest he is going to generate in 1 year? That is 7.5% of X, and that is equal to that is the interest amount by Bimal, and the interest amount of Bimal is equal to interest amount of Amal, that is equal to 1569. Okay, so X comes out to be 1569 into 100 divide by 7.5. Okay, so decimal this 25 threes are 25 40 3 5 2 and 3. Okay, so this is 0, 4 threes are 12, 4 twos are 8, 9, 4 fives are 20. So answer comes out to be 20,920. So answer of this question is going to be this. Was this question difficult? No. Was this question lengthy? In the exam, if we are talking about, it's not, because you can do this calculation, this lengthy, it might sound a little lengthy calculation. You can use calculator to solve this question. So basically, I would say this question was neither lengthy nor difficult. It was extremely easy. And whenever you see these kind of questions, kindly attempt them first. Now, let's move on to the next question. What does it say? John borrowed 2 lakh 10,000 from a bank at an interest rate of 10% per annum. Fair enough. Compounded annually. Okay. The loan was repaid in 2 equal installments. The first after 1 year, second after another year. The first installment was interest of 1 year plus principal amount. Okay. So this is the basic concept of installment that they have mentioned. Right. So this is the basic concept of installment. So whenever you get a question of installment, don't think much. There is a formula. Directly use the formula. You are always going to get the answer. If installment is being done compounded annually. Okay. So total amount. So that formula is total amount is equal to installment upon 1 plus r by 100 plus installment upon 1 plus r by 100 square plus installment upon 1 plus r by 100 cube and so on. So this is the formula, right? Now, what is the total amount we are talking about? The total amount borrowed is 2,10,000. So I'm just going to plug 2,10,000 over here. What is the installment amount? That I need to find out, because question is saying what is the installment. So let's say installment amount is X. What is the rate of interest? That is 10%. So 1 plus 10 by 100, or I can say 1.1. Then in the next year, that is X upon 1.1 square. And I'm not going to write any further, because the loan is going to be repaid in 2 installments. If there are n installments, I am going to go till n. Okay. So basically, I can say this is 1.1x plus x upon 1.1 whole square. So this comes out to be 2,10,000 is equal to 2.1x upon 1.21. Decimal 0, 21. This comes out to be 1 lakh. So X comes out to be 1,21,000. So what is the total amount of each installment? That is going to be 1,20,000. And that's the answer of this question. So let's move on. Now, if you have any doubt, you can ask me a question. I'm here to answer any of your query. If there is, then we'll move. So there are no doubts. So let's move on and let's conclude the session. And thank you.